Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations, and shout out to all of my early risers. So, I wanted to get in and connect and to share before I get off to working with some folks in training, which is my favorite time to train and to do vigorous movement is in the early day. So, we're into day 16 of 30 days of intentional relaxation and exploring whether or not taking the time to breathe deeply, if it can make a difference in our mood, if we're more aware of mindless eating and mindless consumption, um, if we can bring our attention back to the purpose of life. One of the major purposes of life is actually to feel joy, right? And to distinguish when we're not feeling that and when we are distracted. And distracted sometimes, not even by our own choice, just by virtue of all the things that are being flashed and pumped into our orifices right over here. So we're exploring deep breathing. And this morning, my early day contemplation is fun, right? So why did they show me TikTok? I've actually been having some fun creating a couple of videos and just meditating or just reasoning with in the most practical sense, how being creative around something that you're passionate about, how it actually feels very joyous. So anything having to do with movement, fruits and vegetables, the garden, playing in your natural hair, those are things that I would do with no money, regardless of how much money I have. And they're things that bring me a lot of joy. So just the fun of creating. Like I notice I'm smiling and dancing all day just from me being very creative. So I don't know if we consider fun, not fun that is, I'm making a distinction, fun that puts our bodies or our minds in harm's way. That's a distinction that I use, but just fun in terms of being creative, especially around something that you're very passionate about. Being creative with it. If you notice, if a smile comes to your face, you start laughing, you start dancing. That is a clue that that is in alignment. And I consider spirituality. Everybody is has breath and has a spirit. So sometimes I wonder, how can we not be spirit? Right? We that is who we are. So maybe perhaps we're not aware or we're out of alignment. Right. So when we say try to be spiritual, how can you try to be something that you already are? And why do we need a middleman or a middle woman? So, in any event, I invite you to explore fun and the joy. If you're experiencing joy just naturally from doing something fun and creative, that could be coloring. You know, if I think about all the things that I like, the garden, I'm going to be playing with somebody later with mehendi, right? Or henna tattoos. Those are things, markings that are not permanent. These are things that are fun and joyous. So do you have things that are fun and joyous? I would say that that is very spiritual because of the way that it makes you feel. And I like to take a mental snapshot of that and carry that with me throughout the day. So with that being said, if you'd like to join me for some deep breathing, no guru, no religion required, just the breath that you have already. That's already going on. So we're just going to dial into it. So that being said, I invite you to find a nice, comfortable position. If you like to use one of your yoga blocks to sit on, you can place a yoga block underneath your glutes to give you a little bit more height so that your hips can open, so that you can sit, relax, pain-free, right, without the irritation of your hips. So it's important that we don't feel irritated by pain in our back or a position if we're too tight. That will distract us away from relaxing. To find a comfortable position, maybe perhaps take a shoulder roll around, down and back, so we can be cognizant of keeping the shoulder a healthy distance away from the ear so there's a lot of blood flow to the brain. And we're just going to take some deep breaths. I invite it to dial into an awareness, become aware intentionally of how long the cadence of your inhale is, you taking in oxygen, and then also you passing and releasing old, stale oxygen, right? And yesterday we spoke on, there's the video on just breaking down a little bit more. I'm no guru. I'm just sharing just years of certain practices of just some pointers and some tips perhaps on Relaxation. So the practice of relaxation, that's another video. That was yesterday. That one was a little longer. Your eyes can be closed or open. So the breath is going on all the time. So what we're doing is just dialing into the breath. So this is a good time to perhaps ask a question of your own onboard divine innate intelligence. Perhaps it's something that you're working with or working through. It's also a good time to perhaps find in your mind's eye like something that you're grateful for, and also something that makes you laugh, something that makes you bust a gut laughing, and perhaps take a mental snapshot, because I don't know, perhaps we underestimate laughter and joy, those moments of it, right? And how about exploring if we can replicate, or being that the mind is always grabbing onto bad memories, just like we're being intentional with breathing, perhaps we can be intentional, right? If you intentionally go into the mental Rolodex of your mind, into the file cabinet, and if you look around and you bring to your mind's eye, right? This is flexing a muscle. Something we don't normally do is intentionally recall memories of joyous moments. See if you can find something like if it's a baby or flowers or a memory of your mom or your dad hugging you, or a time when you accomplished something new that you thought you couldn't do before. Um, so a beautiful moment, like for me, a beautiful moment is the first time I cut my hair natural, returned to natural. Like these are things that bring a smile to your face. And also, if you think of something that you're grateful for, and take a mental snapshot and see if you can hold on to the feeling, because if the emotion comes to your face and the clue would be the smile, then you can hold on to that mental state and you can recall it on your own. So I would dare say all of the physiological processes that we have in our body have a physiological and a chemical response. So, curiosity. Let me know what you think in the comments. If recalling things that we are grateful for in our mind's eye and recalling things that make us feel joyous, what kind of chemical effect, right? What kind of chemical effect do you think that has on the blood, right? Stress has a chemical reaction that can make our blood very acidic. So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. I'm inviting you to create a great day on purpose because you said so. Feel free to perhaps revisit this in the afternoon before lunch. It can help you perhaps recenter, reground yourself before you go into eating so you can be more present and before you go to rest, right? Maybe perhaps take a few minutes at the end of your evening to review your day, right? And recognize your accomplishments. If there's anything that you're grateful for or that brought a smile to your face during the day, why not recall it on purpose? Create a great day on purpose, and I will see you soon.